Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me founder and director of DLD 2010, Steffi, Czerny and Marcel Reichard!
And our great band, Floating Beetle! DLD friends, guests, welcome to DLD 2010, our next decade.
Welcome. It's such a super pleasure to have you here.
So who's here the first time? Oh, good.
Who is here the second time?
Second time. Who's here the fifth time?
Wow.
Who comes from America?
Michael.
Wow. Who comes from Israel? Wow. Who comes from
Germany.
From Germany. Woo! Who comes from Bavaria?
But
So it's great.
those who have maybe jet lag, be sure that you drink a lot. Not only Bavarian beer, a lot of water, and sleep a lot. Oh no. Don't sleep. The next 60 hours will be a packed program, a fun program, lots of side events, a big party, art events. So prepared.
Absolutely. 48 hours, actually. I think we have around 40 panels, discussions for you prepared. I think we have around 100 active speakers of the DLD community this year here. And we have around 20 partners who work with us this year in our 6th conference. And that's great. Thank you already.
But this is a stage for connecting. The one who knows us, we are the connectors. We love to introduce you. We love to make friends with a lot of people. We love to connect the unexpected. I know I shouldn't say so much I love to, or hey friends, but we really mean it. Do we?
We mean it, we mean it. And one thing, making friends can also be good for you. We heard that some deals, some business, some new partnerships have been created through DLD over time. So it's another reason to talk to your neighbor and ask him what he is doing. Actually, what is your neighbor doing? Dave, what is your neighbor doing? Did you talk together? You're an entrepreneur, great. Dave Morgan of Takoda, great entrepreneur of digital, has a new company. Jeff, what is Dave doing? Do you know? He's going to change television advertising. Who's interested in that? Oh, some of those. So that's DLD. Steffi.
We have a lot of disruptors, as you will see in Yossi's panel. We have a lot of transformators. But the biggest thing, you know, is the Web 2.0. It changed everything. It changed the social patterns. It changed the way how we communicate. It is an enormous thing. It's you know what it is.
So don't talk too long now for us. You know who we are. And thanks for the friends helping us getting this program together this year. But one thing, maybe. What we try with DLD is at the beginning of the year to discuss with the best minds the state of the digital economy. And we hope that these 2 days is a discussion on that. There will be debates, there will be new ideas, there will be people coming back. But it's really this discussion, this insight we're looking forward to. And more than that, we have also CEOs and business leaders beyond digital who speak to the DLD community, even today, with bold new ideas and projects. And we have explorers with their missions, they're doing all that. So that's DLD, Steffi, huh?
That's DLD.
Yeah.
So the motto of DLD is map your future. So let's go. Map our future.
Let's map our future, and we have someone brought to you now, very ad hoc, who is a hero of a wonderful time of the 60s, Steffi?
It was my hero. When I was 17, I had my room posted with pictures from him. I could sing his song. And now he's here.
So welcome on stage for the intro at DLD with a premiere worldwide, Donovan, who is also a great singer and a great social media. Woo!
It's my great pleasure to be introduced by you, Steffi, and to be invited to open your conference. I am also here this weekend launching my online activities, and so I have a beautiful concert tonight in the Theatre Cuvelier in Munich. But I thought I'd sing you a couple of songs, and the boys here are going to play along. Just one song here, going... Sunshine came softly through my window today. Could have tripped out easy, but I changed my way. It'll take time, I know it, but in a while, gonna be mine, I know it. We'll do it in style. When you made your mind up that you're going to be mine, some guitar right now, any chicken book now, baby, that I can find. I like an American, I like a South African, I like a cool element, I like a Jamaican. All over this land, they call me Digital Man. He's a digital man. That's me, the digital man. I'm he, a digital man. The digital man. All over this land. The digital woman, the digital man, that's me, a digital man. I'm he, a digital woman. That's Steffi, digital woman. Ladies of all over the land, I love the digital man. One more time, boys. All over this land, we love the digital man. Oh yeah.
This was great. Thank you.
Have a great conference. Thank you, Steph.
Thank you.
Thank you. So you listen, it was about the digital man, So let's call on stage two digital men we owe so much to. Evangelists, entrepreneurs, inspirators of many of you. Our two chairmen, Yossi Vardi and
Hubert Burda.
And have a great applause for our chairman, who will now speak to us.
Come, Hubert.
And Hubert Burda will start, actually.
Nicht die übliche Business-Konferenz,
Dear ladies
oder?
and gentlemen, dear DLD friends, it's quite an unusual opening to see that the social web is the rock music of the 60s, but there's a lot to think about what we have seen. I like very much these the design. Have you seen it already? When I think it was in August when I asked Rupi, where's Rupi? Behind the stage, I guess. Here, Rupi. I asked him, have you any idea how you will design it? Because the web is design, you know, it's information, but you must pack it. So he will explain, and I like it very much. It's beautiful. It's really something very outstanding. To the conference, you will get in 48 hours, I think, a very interesting program. In such a moment, what are my feelings? My feelings is that we live in a very historical moment, on the edge, as we all feel, to something very new. And historically, you only can compare this to the Gutenberg times, where the movable letters has been invented. And of course, it led to an incredible upside, but incredible downside. Think of all the wars, religion of the 16th and 17th century. My company started 100 years ago in printing, in the Gutenberg business. We started published with newspapers in 1903. And then in the second half of the 20th century, we became one of the leading international publishing houses with magazines. We published more than 250, 260 in many, many countries. And then we launched Focus in 93, and I couldn't see how the web would look like in 2003. But the people, Margaret and me and Oli Bauer and all who were there from the very first beginning, the Focus really took the net design as in a magazine. So we were the first international who brought information from computer directly to plate. No one else than Focus. So, and when I saw these, I understood immediately that the digitalization will change the whole Gutenberg world. And we made a success out of Focus, and I will tell you what we have done with the money we make with Focus. Then we had a conference in October where I took the leading people of my company together, and she asked me, how do you see the future of magazines and newspapers? What will we have in 10 years? Where is the future of our company? And then I showed them these maps. The one is the traditional one of the European landscape. You see all the beautiful cities, you know, Rome, Florence, Bologna, Venice, Milano, Bern, Augsburg, Fugger family, Salzburg. They have always been trading posts along terrestrial roads, connected through the European landscape, terrestrial roads. And once in around 1500, when they were sitting together, in my imagination, it's a Chateau Chillon, where Joseph and me, we were sitting with Klaus Schwab at the end of August. And you had a table with Oritke Dish and another one. And most of the people in traditional business, they spoke about terrestrial ways. But on your table, it was to me that you spoke of something very new. And it was, as a metaphor, the harbor of Antwerp, because from there on you see the new maritime roads were discovered and led to America and to Africa. So I think we have two systems. We have terrestrial roads, and we have the new maritime roads, the seaways. And I tell you, these are two different systems. Don't make the mistake we have done for a lot of time to bring the people from the terrestrial ways to the sea. It's very difficult. Sailors has a total other mentality, and most of you are sailors. And so I think this is something, when I told them, but don't forget, the terrestrial system hasn't gone away. It's still there. It's incredibly profitable, sometimes even more profitable than the other one. So newspapers and magazines will not go away, but it has to change incredibly, as you can see with the Autobahnen and the Maut system and all this. But there are two parallel systems which can be very interesting. So what have we done in my company? We have taken all the profit and we have invested it in Bernhard Cullen. Where are you? The new CEO of my company. Stand up. He's following me. He's the architect of the digital holding. Whenever we meet on Monday afternoons, I asked him, did you buy any new real estate at the harbor of Antwerpen for our ships? So we have invested in more than 40 companies and activities. The company's turnover is more than $1 billion. Our share in these $1 billion is around about 60%, which in a consolidated PLN runs up to $600 million in my company, which is quite nice and significant for a company which you have to change. So go on with your traditional business, with your terrestrial business, change it. Don't make too much mistakes in believing of line extension. I don't see so much business. I believed it 10 years ago. When I was here a year ago, I spoke about, Holger Schmidt from the FAZ wrote it, about the lousy pennies in the online business. It's still, advertising, visual advertising is still a lousy business in the online business. But I think after 2 days, we can find where the business is. I remember, by the way, if you, not too long my speech, excuse me, 94, we were at the Industrie- und Handelskammer in Bonn. Bill Gates was just becoming a superstar. And we were asked by the journalists, where is the future business? And Gates said, it's in advertising. And I said, it's in e-commerce. I think both were right. The only problem is, Joseph, the advertising is gone to Google. That's, all the business is gone to Google. And we make a long face, you know? So, that's why, and Cullen will tell you more, I think we changed a lot on the way to e-commerce. So Focus Online is profitable, but through e-commerce, through Holiday Check and other companies, but not through advertising. So that's the explication of the lousy pennies. Maybe with Clam, there's an interesting model. Maybe with Clam, there's something coming totally new. So, coming to the end, Yossi, you liked it, what I said, or you will, yeah? I think it's a fantastic time. It's a fantastic 2 days. And let me conclude with one of the greatest philosophers Germany had in the 20th century, Walter Benjamin. He said, wann immer sich die Medien verändern, ändert sich die Gesellschaft. Whenever media changes, society changes. We will see. Viel Erfolg, schön, dass Sie da sind. Spannende 2 Tage.
Thank you, Hubert Burda. And now we have the honor and pleasure to call Yossi, our other chairman, on stage. Yossi, what are you doing here?
What I'm doing here, I am going to spend wonderful 3 days on the old trading grounds. We are going to celebrate some old art which is vanishing, and this is the art of face-to-face interaction. Donovan had here a sign that the social web is the new 60s. And I'm asking Mr. Donovan, can you use the social web in order to replicate the thrill of spending an evening with a nice girl on the back seat of Cadillac 56 at the drive-in? There are some things that the digital web cannot and will not be able to replicate. A few months ago, President Peres has his annual conference tomorrow, and we had a very nice panel of experts, and colleague of one of the next speakers, Mr. Josh Silverman, who is running Skype, was on the podium and said that having video is like being there. And an old, maybe you don't say the age of ladies, an old little lady stood up and with very heavy accent, she said, "Oh no, you cannot replicate some things." And this was Dr. Ruth Westheimer, who suggested that video cannot be like being there, and you have to talk, you have to touch, and you have to have the face-to-face communication and interaction. And this is what we are here. We are for the next 3 days, we are going to meet, to talk, and to discuss. And now, like every year, I would pause for a minute, and each one of you is in the middle of 8 people which are around him. 4 behind and left, and 4 in the diagonal. So take a minute, turn to your 8 people, ask them who they are, shake their hands. Go ahead. Anybody who feel, I guess this was the end of the session. Okay, sit down, we have a lot of work. Anybody who want to drill further, we have lunches and parties and night parties, etc. You can go and drill further what your neighbors are doing.